Good evening and thank you for joining 12 News at 11. I'm Audrey Maneshny. We begin tonight in Tompkins County. Should probation officers have firearms? That's the question the Tompkins County legislator was debating tonight. During a public safety committee meeting, members voted 3-1 in favor of a resolution to arm probation officers. That resolution was presented at the Tompkins County legislator meeting tonight, and it states that the director of the Tompkins County Department of Probation wants officers to be trained and carry a firearm as they have been in unsafe situations on the job, something that County Legislator Mike Siegler agrees with.
We are sending our probation officers into situations where they don't know what the situation is going to be, but they do know what they're going to do. They're going to collect guns from people who have them illegally, and that could put them in a very dangerous situation. I don't feel comfortable actually sending our probation officers into that situation just defenseless.
Members of the community voiced their concerns at the meeting, saying this could potentially increase gun violence. They also say there hasn't been enough outreach and education among the public to move forward with this resolution.
I'm concerned that we don't have enough input from community and the people who will be mostly affected about probation officers armed. I think their voices should be heard. I think they should learn more about it.
And that's what the county legislator ultimately decided. They voted unanimously to amend the resolution, which now looks to include more community input regarding arming probation officers. The county legislator voted 9-4 to advance the resolution to the next phase of the approval process.